Yes, sir. There we go. There we go. There we go. What's up? What's up, YouTube? What's up, IMC TV, IMC Nation? Salute, salute. One and only. Master myself. We here live, man. Tapped in. We'll get started shortly. Tapping in. The 3 mistakes every single man makes. Let's transcend today. Let's elevate. Let's become a greater version of ourselves, all right? I know what I gotta do. Oh, man. Come on, man. Oh. Another powerful episode, man. Another opportunity to level up, expand in consciousness, become a greater version of yourself, all that good shit. That's what we're here to do. This is IMC Nation. It's the one that only master myself, man. I love this shit, man. We'll get started shortly. In my heart, I'm inside my fucking soul. Hey, good thing is only what wrong thing. Yeah, remember the name. It is Master myself. You understand? Starting shortly. Salute to everybody. Lord have mercy. All right. Try to get some water. Never love. I never love. What's up? Yes, you know what's up. Yeah, baby, I don't give a fuck. Y'all been talking, yeah, you really mind. Fuck love, but the fake love. That part. Yeah, trust, really trust. Hey. Give a fuck, yeah, really fuck. Hey. Way back, give me cut. Hey. I don't look like you out of love. Yeah, bitch, tell me what you wanna love. Oh, baby, I know it's love. Nigga, you just get it on. Yeah, hurry up. See you later. All these motherfucking heads down. Some tricks. Motherfucking masturbate. I look better. You not say later. See you later. Pretty late. Pretty late. I'm on the way. On my way. Fucking take it. Yeah, I'm smoking on my motherfucking pay. You're hypnotized when you look inside my heart. Yeah. Look inside. You see my love. You can see my dick. It's very high. Be running like the same fucking time. I was living life, real life. Man. Tell me what it's from. At the time. Salute everybody, man. It's the one and only Master myself, man. It's a pleasure and an honor to be amongst you again. I go by the name Master myself, like I just said. First and foremost, don't understand that everything that I do and say here is done under the banner of entertainment. That means don't take what it is I say seriously. All right. Number two, this is for adults and adults only. No kids in the room. If there are kids in the room, remove them from the room. You know what I'm saying? Do us all a favor because, you know, the things in which I say may be explicit. So you've been warned. All right. Number three, do not break the laws of the land you're tuning in from, wherever it is that you are, wherever you are. Respect the laws of the land because those laws are put in place, you know, for a reason, so on and so forth. All right. We don't go into detail about all of that. Number four, excuse me, you're an adult. That means that you're responsible as an adult for your own actions. All right. So don't take what it is I say out of context and, you know, apply it and, you know, say, hey, Master myself, you know, you told me to do this and so on and so forth. Nah, I'm giving you the disclaimers. All right. So, you know, you're an adult. That means you're responsible for your own actions. In order to be here, you know, you fall under that category. All right. Next, of course, but not least, you know what I'm saying? I am the one and only Master myself. And this here is what I call the master's table. All right. Okay. You just want to fall. That's what's up. This here is what I call the master's table, right? So this is an opportunity for us to mastermind, to connect, to grow, and essentially, you know, become that greater version of ourselves, if you will, all right? So I hear, and now, you know what I'm saying, I got the lights messed up. I need to fix that. It's a Stoic temple, man. This is a, you know, very sacred space, if you will. And so, you know, when things, you know what I'm saying, start to you know, adjust and so on and so forth, then we make things work as they do. You know what I'm saying? I am coming to you live from IMC Base 5, all right? This is the base that's in Arizona, okay? We have bases in California, Arizona, and Las Vegas, you know what I'm saying, Nevada, and that's it, you know what I'm saying? So that's the extent of where we're at, you know, but we have people that are literally all across the world. This is IMC Nation, right? And this is my personal creation that is integrated with IMC Nation and all of what that means, right, to the world and so on and so forth, right? What we talk about here is mastermind concepts. You know, I want to give people the steps. This is the entry level to my life, if you will, okay? And so anytime that we're here and we're having the master's table dialogue, you know, this is an episode, if you will, of where I'm at in life, but what I'm trying to help people get. Like, what is the message that I want to pass on? What are the datums or the deposits or the investments that I want to make into people? Well, it starts here. Okay, so I create with that spirit. You get what I'm saying? I create with that intention. I am conscious of what it is that I'm putting out into the world. And I know that the things in which I'm putting out on a consistent basis are going to come back to me full, you know, tenfold and so on and so forth. But that's not the reason why I put it out. I put it out so that people can have some understanding, because I understand that I live at a certain frequency. Right, I'm living at a certain you know, vibration. I'm operating at a certain level, meaning that every single day I do certain kind of actions that allow me to continue to build a momentum. Whoa, they allow me to continue to build a momentum of life. Where, oh, you know what? Make sure I go ahead and go live here on the gram as well. I went ahead and prepared it. You know what I'm saying? I was prepared for tonight. You feel me? Well, on this IG. The other IG, I gotta catch it up, man. But it's cool. I just do clips over there, so it's all good. Dang, what was tonight's title? Let me make sure I go ahead and pull up the. That's why I be having this open on the computer. No wonder. All right. So tonight's topic, in particular, 3 mistakes that most men make, you know, as they go after what it is they want. Like, whatever it is you really want out of life, you got to know and understand that there's 3 specific mistakes that every single man makes. And I want to talk about the details of that today, okay? I personally am in a position where I'm becoming aware of the mistakes in which I've made along my path, right? And, you know, some of those mistakes are, let's just put 3 mistakes every person makes. It's going to be a little more broad for IG, you know what I'm saying? Because it applies all the way down, you know what I'm saying, on both dynamics. But you know, this is part of it. It's part of the evolution here. The 3 mistakes that every person makes. Are you struggling to move into the next version of yourself? Are you struggling to become that person that you really want to be? Are you in this
bubble of reality where you don't know how to change. You don't know what's going to come next. If you're in that place and you're in that space where you're just like, man, something's got to change. Something's got to, evolve. Something's got to happen in order for me to grow. Well, the first step is you taking ownership, okay, and recognizing that you're the one that has to make the changes, right? And so these are some of the common mistakes that every single person makes, right? And the number one mistake that every single person that I can understand, or every being on this life, on this platform of experience, if you will, starts with them not understanding that they have a responsibility. Like I, at some point in my life, knew, or I didn't know, right, that I had a responsibility to live my life on purpose. Like I just was not conscious of the fact that I was waiting for somebody else to take responsibility for my life. And that's the number one mistake that most people make. You're thinking that you need to go ahead and essentially take action on these things that aren't ultimately not a reflection of you, right? You want to take actions in the path, in the direction of what you truly want to do. Like what action do you actually enjoy doing, right? What habit do you have? What hobby, maybe people call it hobbies, right? What activity is it that you enjoy doing the most? When you can understand that you enjoy a specific activity and you are not only enjoying that, but you have a desire to just become more when you're doing that thing, that's the direction that you want to start to go, because that may change, it may evolve over time, right? But most people are operating without a structure and understanding of like, yo, this is where I'm going in life. This is what I'm doing with my life. And they fail to take on the responsibility once again. This was a mistake that I made, right? Growing up, if you will. Like I just did not know that I had to take responsibility for my life. Now, why is it important to take responsibility for your life? Well, your life is already operating in a certain dynamic. Your life is moving in a certain motion. You get what I'm saying? You're experiencing certain activities in this life, right, that are going to be completely unique to you. Like you have experiences already in your life that you've had that nobody has shed light on, if you will. Like there's something that's happening within you, or that has happened within you, that essentially, you can say like, yo, this essence of me, like the depth of me, truly desires to become something. Like what is it that you really want to become? That's what I'm getting at, right? What do you really want to become? When you decide that, yo, I'm going to take responsibility, I'm going to take responsibility for the way my life is going, then you're no longer living in that mistake of life. Most people do not take responsibility in their life, right? So that would be number one, right? Let's write this down. We'll go ahead and write them down. I don't have it written down, but you know what I'm saying? Taking responsibility, right? That's number one. If you could take responsibility in your life, I guarantee you everything would change. So number one is to take responsibility. You say, you know what? My life, my fault. Let's just take that on as an activity or a conscious thought. From now on, this is my life and this is my fault. Like you just take complete ownership of whatever the hell is that you're experiencing. Good, bad, indifferent, whatever the case may be. Your experience is your fault. Your experience is happening as a result of you deciding to live the way that you are living at this point in time. Okay. Now, what does that translate into? What happens next? Okay, you are now taking responsibility for your life. And now once you take responsibility, okay, you got to know and understand that now you have a responsibility. You have an ability to respond to life. That means that you are every single day, you got to prepare yourself, right? And that leads me to the next one, right? Most people, the next mistake that most men in particular make, but most people in general make this mistake as well. They don't have a daily routine. They're not conscious of the way that they're moving through life. They just, oh man, I gotta go to work, and I know I gotta go, go to the grocery store to get something to eat. I know I gotta do this, and I know I gotta do that, so on and so forth, right? There's so many different layers of understanding and experience that's constantly taking place. But if you could know and understand that you have an ability right now to order your day, to bring order to your life. Again, this is one of the major mistakes I see so many men make in this life. For some reason, they think that they got it all figured out. And I fall into the trap. I've fallen, you get what I'm saying, on a consistent basis into the trap of thinking that I know something. The one thing that I do know, and maybe it's narcissistic or chauvinistic or whatever the case may be, whatever you want to call it, you know what I'm saying? You call it whatever the hell you want to call it. You feel me? But maybe you are trapped in that dimension of understanding or lack of understanding that today you have an opportunity, once again, to order your day. You maybe I'm doing this activity here. Okay, follow with me. If I was you in your position and I was not, conscious, or maybe you have, we'll go through a couple of dynamics. Okay, let's say that you never had a daily routine before. You've never been in a position to have a daily routine. You're like, what the hell are you talking about? Daily routine, whatever the case may be. Okay, if you're in that position, I want you to know and understand that there is an ordered way to live life. And what does that do for you? Well, it just brings order to your experience. The reason why you're living in a state of chaos, the reason why this is always going wrong, the reason why this is never happening for you, the reason why you're constantly having these negative thoughts and ideals is because you're creating this cycle of experience where you could stay trapped. You could stay where you are. You could not change. You could not evolve. You could stay in that limitation of life. However, if you were to take a responsibility, once again, and you decided that from this moment on, I'm going to take responsibility for my life and say, okay, I am my life, my fault. Okay, take that. My life, my fault. Okay, great. Now I'm at the place where I say my life, my fault. All right, everything is my fault. Okay, from that place, you have an opportunity to now create again. And what do I mean by that? What do you do when you create again? Well, you are now in a place, in a time, in a space where you can begin to create this new vortex, this new momentum, this new energy to begin to create your world of experience, whatever that may be. It's unique for everybody. But everybody needs to figure out what that unique space is, right, in which you choose to create with, all right? There go my lights. I don't know why my lights decided to turn off in the middle of my speech and my conversation, but we smooth with it. You feel me? Well, you're tapped in. Salute, salute. All right. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's number 2. We're going right there. Right. So number 2 is most people are living without a routine. Number 1 was the number 1 mistake that most people make, right? Most men make. You know what I'm saying? 3 mistakes that every person makes is what I named it on IG. But what it is, you know what I'm saying, here on the YouTube is 3 mistakes every man makes. I mean, both, you know what I'm saying, in both dynamics, of course. But the first one is they fail. What's up, Chadi? What's going on with you? The first one, they fail to take on responsibility in their life, right? And they don't take responsibility for the things in which they're experiencing. You know what I'm saying? So if you are left in that dimension where you are failing to take responsibility for your life, you're just saying that, yo, this is the reason why my life is happening is because, this person or so on and so forth, whatever the case may be. Okay, that's you not taking responsibility, so you can never take back your power. You can never take back your authority in life because you're now putting the blame outside of you. When in order to have an advantage in life, you need to have the understanding that it's what's happening within you, right? What's happening within you that you can begin to take responsibility for and know and understand. Like as you move forward in life, you're going to grow because you're choosing to take responsibility for the things in which are happening in your outside world. You're taking responsibility because you know that you are the centerpiece of it all. You are the attraction. You get what I'm saying? And when you understand that, you can take responsibility and know consciously that, okay, now I'm taking responsibility. That's your place of liftoff, if you will. That's a new foundation. So you can now begin to, own your life better, if you will. You can begin to live a life of order because now you're taking responsibility and you're saying, okay, this is where I'm starting at again, right? So that's the number one. Number two, once again, most people live without a routine, a daily routine, without a routine that guides them to what it is that they're moving towards in life. Now, what's tied into the first one is knowing and understanding you take responsibility for your life. But how you do that is you begin to move towards a purpose. You begin to move towards a destination. You begin to move towards a goal, whatever that may be. You begin to move towards it. As you are moving towards it, now you've taken responsibility for your condition in life. You said, okay, my life, my fault. Now, what can I create? What can you create, right? With your opportunity right here, right now, with your lifestyle, with whatever it is you have going on for you, or whatever it is that you want to create. What can you do next? What is the next creation of your life? What are you moving into next? When you are deciding, you know what I'm saying, that you are going to move towards a destination, you're going to become the greatest version of yourself. Let's say that you become a more financially successful. You become more, successful in your relationships. You become more successful in, your communication. You become more successful in the way that you do life. Right? There's a creative function. There's an ease to life. There's a smoothness to your life, right? When you get that stage, when you get there, then you're now in a place where you can begin to utilize it's not even then, but to get there, you're going to have to utilize your routine, your daily routine, because your daily routine is what helps you to get there, right? So first, you take responsibility and know that my life, my fault. Okay, so if I'm not moving in the direction in which I want to, it's because I haven't chosen where I want to go. Because the moment that you're choosing where you want to go and you're sailing in that direction, then your life begins to make more sense. And you can begin to understand, okay, my daily routine, my daily process is what leads me to my purpose, right? So first is purpose, then is process. Let me just go ahead and write that in. This is what's coming to me right now. First is purpose, then is process. Understand me? And both of those are in my book, Purpose Over Pleasure, okay? Once you start to live on a routine, okay, you have a daily routine that allows you to create this measurement of life where you're every single day now moving towards what it is that you want, right? I'm kind of giving you like strategies out in the same manner. So let me finish the third mistake before I let it go, tap into all of that. The third mistake that most people make, that most men make, and it's so apparent to me when somebody's operating in this world alone, right? As opposed to somebody that's plugged into a mastermind, right? They may call it a gang, they may call it a cult, they may call it a men's group, a women's group, whatever the case may be, whatever it's called, it is what it is. You get what I'm saying? Now, you have an opportunity, once again, right here, right now, to begin to take on a different level of responsibility by knowing and understanding that, these connections, these groups or social clubs or whatever the case may be, whatever you want to call it, you feel me? It becomes that because that's the way that you describe that. You get what I'm saying? And not only, a lot of it has to do with the way that you describe it. You get what I'm saying? So if I use words to describe my mastermind group, if I say it's, our anti-social social club, you get what I'm saying? Which is like an idea or a shirt, or whatever the case may be. I see this shit all the time. It's like a meme or whatever, right? If I was to say that was, what it is that we got going on, then that's what we got going on. But what I'm plugged into, what I've created, and the mistake that I see most people make is they don't belong to, a specific group. They're not plugged in with somebody that they can truly trust. They don't have any friends in this life. They don't have any connections in this life, okay? And it's because they fail to recognize the importance, the significance of that, okay? And if you're in this world and you're operating without a mastermind dynamic, okay, that's allowing you to expand your mind beyond what it is that you can even think or imagine. You don't know what power you have until you begin to access the minds that are around you, the geniuses that are around you, okay? And every single genius, every single being, if you will, is a representation of the infinite consciousness, okay? And however that translates into your world, you have to make sense of that. You have to see where the geniuses that are around you. Where are the genius ideas, right? Where are the people that are going to be creative components, you get what I'm saying, to the greater picture of what it is that you're creating. You feel me? You got to be conscious of, these, you don't have to be, but I encourage you to be uh, as conscious as you can, you know what I'm saying, of these dynamics in which you are constantly creating within your world. You have an opportunity to create the dynamics that you want. Okay. So you want to begin to move towards a destination, like we first talked about. You feel me? Taking responsibility for your life. Most people do not take responsibility. Most men do not take responsibility for their life. They put the blame on somebody else. That's not going to get you anywhere. You can't do what it is you want to do or what you're called to do in this life if you're constantly putting the blame on somebody else. First and foremost, take responsibility for yourself. That's what I got to do. I got to say, yo, it's my fault. My life, my fault. It's on me. That's where I start. And then I understand that I have to have some kind of order to my life to reestablish that order. I spent, probably a smooth 30 minutes, planning out the rest of this month. You get what I'm saying? See what dynamics, see what it is I can create in my world. Because that's important. And if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. You know what I'm saying? It's important to know and understand that you got to have a process of how you get to where it is you want to get to. If you have certain goals and objectives for the month, you got to figure out how you're going to, scheme your way there. How you're going to plan your way there. How you're going to map out, right, what it is that you want to create, what it is that you want to shift into. That's all up to you. But taking ownership and knowing and understanding that you have an opportunity to live on purpose, you get what I'm saying, to create the dynamics of your life and not to live within a constant state of chaos, then you begin to order your life on a different level. And that's what I'm all about. I'm here to help people grow and evolve and become that greater version of themselves. The way that we're going to do that is we're going to systematically put into place these systems of order. Meaning every single day, you're going to wake up at a certain time. Every single day, you're going to dedicate your time, your energy, your focus to investing into yourself. Well, first and foremost, before you do anything else. That's, part of my one-on-one services and so on and so forth. So, anybody wants to tap in on that, you just, send me a message and let me know. All right. And so I'm going to get off of this this old IG, the OG IG. And we're going to transition to the next one. All right. All right. Dang. Thought I was going to get away with it. Hold on real quick. It ain't going to happen. It's all good, man. We're going to stay off of there. Maybe I'll pull up the Hilly real quick, whatever the case may be. All right. So the third piece is that you're not connected, right, with a mastermind group. Essentially, you're not connected with, a group that is going to force you to evolve and grow and essentially become that greater version of yourself. You know what I'm saying? This is something that each of us, essentially fall into all of us fall into a pattern of the mundane, the routine, the ease, the path of least resistance when it comes to just not interacting with other people. You get what I'm saying? Like it blows my mind. It's like I'm in certain environments, I'm in certain dynamics, and I see how people just don't react. People just don't engage with their world. You get what I'm saying? And they have no idea what they're missing out on. Like if you knew the value of your communication, if you just acknowledge somebody, just acknowledging somebody and saying, hey, I see you, I recognize you, you make sure that you acknowledge me, and vice versa. Like I had that dynamic in my teaching tonight. And it begins to expand your world. You get what I'm saying? When you know what it is that you can do with your communication, when you simply acknowledge somebody else, you're saying, hey, I see the light in you. That's what the word namaste. If anybody's ever heard the word namaste, right? In a ancient teaching, if you will. You get what I'm saying? Now, dang, I just realized I probably stayed way off the topic of everything I wanted to talk about tonight. Because I just remembered I was pulling out my Telegram. I had some notes ready and really just some questions I was asking, you know what I'm saying, people so on and so forth. So, I was inspired, you know what I'm saying? I was here tapped in, but let me pull them up and see if I can make it make all sense or bring it full circle, you know what I'm saying, so that it makes sense as most sense as possible for everybody that's here, all right, tapping in. So I'll just read the copy here because this is vitally important for you to hear, okay? Your speed in life is directly correlated to the actions you take towards your purpose. Let me read that again. Let me slow down a little bit. I said that a little quick, right? So let me slow down a little bit. Your speed in life is directly correlated to the actions you take towards your purpose. The problem is most men take the wrong actions and end up not making any progress at all. In order to avoid this mistake, it's important to know what actions to take, and even more important, to know what actions not to take. What actions can you take today that will move you closer towards your purpose tomorrow? Let me ask that question one more time. What actions can you take today that will move you closer to your purpose tomorrow? Let that settle in. Truly, honestly, just what actions can you take? What actions can I take today to move me closer to my purpose for tomorrow? Did you know you have a destined purpose for tomorrow? It's destined based on the things that you did today. Understand the gravity of what it is I'm saying. If you don't understand nothing else in which I ever say, I'll probably say that again in the future. It's funny that I said that. But anyways, if you don't understand anything in which I say, understand this. You're destined for whatever it is that you did today. Today, what you do today is helping you to create your tomorrow. I want you to know that. You're not going to be the same person tomorrow. Today, you're creating again. What's up, Alice? How are you, my love? Pleasure to have you in the house, all right? You got that color, you got that crazy here. I just seen the screen shift over here. Did that just happen? That's crazy. Anyways, you're not going to be the same person tomorrow because you did actions, you took action today that changed you for tomorrow. So tomorrow, you're now living on purpose, right? Based off of what it is that you did today. Like whatever it is that you put in today in terms of your deposit into your life, know and understand that that's exactly what it is you're creating for tomorrow. But you create it right now. I'm creating tomorrow's experience right now. Like tomorrow, I get the opportunity to sit down with my brothers. We have a mastermind council that we call the Master's Council. You know what I'm saying? It's like a Jedi council, but it's like in real life, you feel me? But essentially, we sit down and we talk about, mastermind concepts. I talk about, the things in which I talk about on the show. It's like behind the scenes and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? And, why is that dynamic available there? Well, it's because I'm creating that dynamic every single time I come here. And then I have another space where I like to talk about deeper concepts of what it is I'm talking about. You understand me? And so my objective is to bring value in every manner in which I embrace and I encounter. The way that I do that is by being connected to these mastermind groups. You get what I'm saying? And so knowing and understanding that my actions that I'm taking today are helping me to create my tomorrow. These actions which I take right now, like this action of me live streaming, being on here live, you got to know and understand, not everybody live streams. Not everybody is putting themselves front and center and on camera and on a stage and on a platform. You get what I'm saying? They put themselves in front of the world so that the world can begin to, understand this technology that is IMC Nation. We are international masters of our own world. I know that I'm here and I'm here to deliver the message of a messenger, if you will. My message is that you got to take responsibility for your life. If you don't take responsibility for your life, nobody else is going to do it for you. You got to live on a daily routine. You got to be connected with other individuals that are also living on a daily routine and a daily process in order for you to begin to really measure your growth and your evolution at the level that you truly desire. Because, first and foremost, we are spiritual warriors. Each one of us is fighting a battle that you cannot even understand because we are spiritual warriors. We are here to put our character to test every single day. That's the kind of life that I live. That's the kind of men that I surround myself around. That's the kind of experience that I'm looking for in life. I'm not here to be normal. I'm not here to be like anybody else. I'm here to be me. I'm here to live for me. I'm here to figure this thing out for me. And as I figure it out for me, I like to give insights. And that's why I go live almost every single day on my personal YouTube channel. You understand me? I'm there giving out insights into my life. And I'm saying, yo, this life is magical. This life is mystical. This life is my creation. And I'm enjoying every single aspect of it. And every single aspect of my life is a seed, you get what I'm saying, that I get to plant in somebody else's life. I understand that about my life. Like, I understand it. I can truly give value by giving you insight and saying, yo, today I had this world of experience. Like today I had a whole nother level of experience when it came to teaching, right? This art in which I've been teaching for 20 plus years. You get what I'm saying? The martial arts in which I've studied. You get what I'm saying? I've been cultured and grown in that dynamic, if you will. So knowing that, my relationship to life is just, it's a whole nother world, because now I'm seeing it at a very high level. I dedicate my time, energy, and focus every single day to becoming a greater version of myself. And in my process of doing that, I change and evolve, and I become that greater version of myself on a daily basis. All right. So coming to an end here, you know what I'm saying? I've been here, I've been tapped in, I've been all over the map with it. And you know what I'm saying? So the third point was most people do not have, you get what I'm saying, a mastermind, right? A mastermind group to belong to plug in with, to ask questions, you get what I'm saying? And, they're living in a constant state of chaos because they're not in dynamics that are operating to their benefit. But all I do, you know what I'm saying, is operate dynamics that are operating to my benefit. If they don't operate in my benefit, I don't have them. I don't continue them. I don't argue. I don't, go back and forth. I don't have that dynamic in my life on a consistent basis. That's a state of chaos. I leave the chaos. I push the chaos to the side because I traded that in with this life of order, this life of discipline, this life of structure, this life of spirituality. This life is my life, and I choose to live my life. Remember, we start with the concept of my life, my fault. Take ownership of that. It's your life, it's your fault. Okay, great. Now let's move on. Let's create. Now you have a daily routine. Use your daily routine to create the life that you want. Like, you got to know where you're going and then start going. Like you decide where you want to go. You say, okay, great. I want to be a multi-level millionaire, you know what I'm saying? Or I want to be, the most successful, relationship expert that I could ever know. Or let's say that you want to be an expert, creator, right? You want to be the top, content creator in the world, whatever case, whatever it is that you decide that, and then begin to walk those steps. You get what I'm saying? Because nobody's going to walk them for you. But how you begin to walk the steps, and you take literal steps, right? In the creative space of your world, of your reality, the way that you do that is through your routine. You get what I'm saying? You take a step every single day, right, towards what it is that you are wanting. And then you got to know and understand you're moving into that vibration. You're moving into that reality, that space right? With somebody that lives at that frequency, at that vibration. It's literally just, the actions that we have, the awareness that we have in life. That's the experience that we get to award ourselves with. You get what I'm saying? So to live that, you just got to simply start to establish a daily routine. That it takes time to establish a consistency. It takes time to establish the steps, the bridge from where you are to exactly who it is that you're shifting into, who you are becoming. The only way to know that is to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere. You just got to start making moves in that direction. If you wanted to go to China, for whatever reason, you wanted to go to China, you know what I'm saying? You want to go somewhere across the world, whatever your idea of China would be, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever it is, Australia, New Zealand, you know what I'm saying? Africa, wherever. That's a place that you got to go to. In order for you to go there, you got to find out what are the steps for me to get there. That's what your daily routine is. Your daily routine are the steps that you take along the path of you becoming who you want to become or do and live in the space that you want to, live in. You get what I'm saying? And then you understand that you don't have to do this alone. You can. It's going to take a lot longer. You get what I'm saying? But the life hack, the life hack, there's no other word for it. You know what I'm saying? Is the mastermind principle, the mastermind group, the understanding. What is the mastermind principle? Well, it's two or more people operating in the spirit of harmony, you know what I'm saying, moving towards a common goal or objective. You get what I'm saying? And that's how you're going to essentially tap into something that's so much greater than just you. Because there's a third mind. That's the actual definition. I've read it many different times here on the master's table. But essentially, one of the definitions of the mastermind principle is understanding that there's when two or more minds unite to think about a common subject or a common goal or a common objective. And essentially those minds create what they know as a third mind. That was what the mastermind is, right? That's where you pull from a higher level of ideas, right? So that's the benefit of belonging to a mastermind group. Imagine if you were trying to figure out the steps from how to go from zero to a millionaire, and you had a group to plug into. You could start to ask questions like, hey brothers, how do y'all handle your finances? How do you, perceive this aspect of life? How do you understand this? How do you, say, what do you think about this? And so on and so forth. Like you create this world, this atmosphere of questions and dynamics where people can exchange and grow and change, right? By getting insights from this brother and insight from this brother. That's the true purpose of a mastermind. That's the objective. And it's to tap into something that's so much greater than just you. Because how much more powerful could you be if you just opened up? If you just, was able to connect the dots, so to shake somebody else's hand and get their insight, and get their understanding on life, and see like, what do you have to offer? You get what I'm saying? And that takes things to a whole nother level, right? So I've been on here, tapping in for a minute. Hopefully, everybody was able to bring a deeper level of understanding, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe the veil was lifted a little bit. You know what I'm saying, in terms of what it is that the mistakes that you've been living with. You know what I'm saying? Because I was living with these mistakes before. I was not taking responsibility for my life. I was saying, the government or the system or so on and so forth or whatever. I was putting the blame outside of me. You know what I'm saying? Instead of taking responsibility for myself and saying, I gotta take responsibility somehow. I gotta start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And then I wasn't living with the daily routine. I didn't have a process. I had a process, but I wasn't conscious of it. I wasn't doing it every single day. I didn't know the power of a process. So I was not living that way. But what do I do today? Every single day I have a daily routine because I understand how valuable it is for me and for me alone. I enjoy the process. I enjoy the change, the transformation that I go through to get prepared, you know what I'm saying, for the next moment. To prepare, because every single moment, there are no ordinary moments. Every single moment is a moment. Every single moment is magic. You get what I'm saying? And these moments, these magical moments are created by you. And you alone. Nobody else is you. So nobody else gets to be in your shoes. Nobody else gets to see life from your perspective. And then I connect. You know what I'm saying? Because at some point I was connected with probably, man, it's tough actually. Because I could say I've always had some kind of mastermind dynamic. Okay. As I look back in my life, I can see I've had several different dynamics where I always had at least one other person where I connected with and we met on the next level dimension, if you will. So I've been experimenting with this in life, you know what I'm saying, for a long time, if you will. But it wasn't until recently that I truly understand that dynamic. When I integrated with IMC Nation, that is one of the greatest expansions of mine, because you're tapping into a mastermind that is so much bigger than you, so much bigger. I'm talking about, like, you just have no idea how big it is. You know what I'm saying? Because it's filled with different minds, different imaginations, different spiritual, you know what I'm saying, people, different, you know what I'm saying, OGs, different, you know what I'm saying, just master teachers in this life. Like that's what I'm here plugged into. That's why I belong to IMC Nation, because that's what I enjoy doing. Right. So once again, this is the one and only Master Myself. This is the Master's Table. It's a pleasure and an honor, as always, to tap in with y'all. I'm live on a regular basis, okay? I don't say every day anymore, but on a regular basis, I'm live on my YouTube channel, okay? Y'all can tap in with me there. Just tap in my name, Master Myself. You know what I'm saying? You spell that on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? You know, numbers is going up, so you know what I'm saying. Shout out to all the new subscribers and things of that nature. And you know what I'm saying? We tapping in, man. I'm enjoying the progress, the growth, the evolution. And I know I'm just getting started. You know what I'm saying? I've been at it for a few years here, doing this mastermind TV show and you know, production, you know what I'm saying, Telegram group, mastermind group, all the things that which I was just naming. Been creating at this since 2021 for sure, and been a part of IMC Nation, like fully integrated into IMC Nation since 2020, and I'm enjoying the process, man. So my life is IMC Nation. My life is you know, there's very few aspects that kind of fall. And it doesn't even fall out of line anymore. It's integrated. It's all integrated, you know what I'm saying, into my life somehow, some way. And, you know, just the dynamics, the way I communicate, so on and so forth. It's all a testament to the power of IMC Nation, the power of a mastermind group. So ultimately, if I could pass on anything to you, I would say you need to belong somewhere. You need to be plugged in with the group. You need to know and understand, you know what I'm saying, what's available to you. The only way that you can do that is by plugging in, you know what I'm saying, tapping in with all of IMC Nation, all right? I normally end with a meditative moment here on this channel, but tonight we're not going to do that because I want a little bit longer, just tapped in the flow and so on and so forth. So I've been enjoying this process. I'm going to go ahead and transition to the next moment of my day. Salute to everybody. As always, it's the one and only Master Myself, but we always say in IMC Nation, be the best and fuck the rest, man. Knowledge of self is knowledge of wealth. It's the one and only